Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it. Again! I'm back at it again, man. I'm back at it again, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about tonight. Lines are hot. We're going to get to everybody. Please be patient. Listen, the New York Jets just can't catch a break. Things was looking good. Everything was flowing well, and we got a big injury with Mekhi Becton. We're going to be discussing that. We're also going to be talking about, the Green and White Scrimmage as well, some of the things we saw come out of that too. And for those of you that may not know, the New York Jets have an upcoming preseason game against the Eagles, in a little bit. So there's a lot to talk about, but before I get into it, listen, let me open up the show. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. All right? Also, salutes to all the savages in the chat. Edward Stewart, J. Cole, 343, E. Manning, Venom G, salutes. Listen, your boy is on iTunes, okay? Your boy's on iTunes, man. Go on over to iTunes, all right, and check out what I'm doing, okay? Going over to iTunes, click in, type in the search bar, Long Beach Joe Show, all right? Go ahead, subscribe to my podcast there on iTunes, and leave your boy some feedback, okay? Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you folks think about what I'm doing over here. And I want to thank everyone that does that. I truly, truly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I truly appreciate it. I really do. And, again, I want to thank everybody that already does that. It's greatly appreciated. I'm also, on YouTube as well. For those of you that don't know, I'm being told, every day pretty much, hey, Joe, you're a handsome guy. I say thank you. I'm not big-headed. I'm just a regular guy. But people say, hey, Joe, you're looking good, man. You're looking good. A lot of people say, hey, you got a face made for TV. You got a voice made for radio. What's up, man? What's going on? Like, we didn't know that. And I say, yeah, so why don't you come on over to YouTube, right? Hit that search tab, type in Long Beach Joe Jets, subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, y'all will be in the know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will be in the know. So if you want to see the shows live, you want to check in, you want to be in the chat with all the savages, everybody that's in there, come on by. And, do that. Hit that subscribe button. Again, hit that notification bell so when I post content, y'all be in the know. Now, with all that said and done, all right, there's been a lot going on. You can also catch up with me on Twitter as well, at The Long Beach Joe Show, at The Long Beach Joe Show as well. We've got a lot happening, man, with the New York Jets at this point, all right? A lot going on, and, again, we'll get to everybody. Please just be patient. Listen, the New York Jets have suffered a big injury along the offensive line. Mekhi Becton in Friday's practice, in yesterday's practice, goes down. JFM and him collided. JFM hit him. John Franklin Myers hit him on a running play, and Becton ended up, falling kind of awkwardly, bending his leg back. And, man, it didn't look good. Now, keep in mind that Mekhi Becton has had a knee brace on for a bit, right? He had a knee brace on, for the Green and White Scrimmage, kind of messing around with it, but he had a knee brace on as well for this practice. And he was messing around with it a lot after that hit. And he tried to go through some team drills, and you could see that he was limping heavily coming away from these team drills. I'm talking heavily. It did not look good. He looked in pain. You could see his face. It was wincing, everything. So initially, everybody, even Sulla came out initially, said, hey, it's not that serious, we checked him out. Everything's going to be all right, no big deal. So everybody was like, okay, maybe he tweaked it a little bit. Okay, fine, let's sit him down, let's ice him. I said it myself, like, hopefully he's good to go, everything's all right, but, let's just be careful with him, be safe with Mekhi. Well, they said, hey, we're going to continue to run tests. We're going to go get an MRI. We're going to figure some things out here. And as they got MRI and continued tests, things started to look a lot more serious than we thought. Then the story, kind of started to fly out there that this injury was a lot worse than what was initially anticipated. So then, of course, the concern started to escalate. Then as we continued to hear different things from different people about what was going on with Mekhi Becton and his knee, story starts to come out that Mekhi Becton, suffered the injury that he has is different than the injury that kept him out all last year. Keep in mind, this is a guy that worked his butt off to get on this field. We missed him all last year, got hurt in the Panthers game, had a knee injury then. It took him all year to get himself back to get himself back to where he needed to be. Now they're saying to us, hey, there's a new injury. This is not the same injury he had last season. This is different. As they continue to do tests, they start to see it is, in fact, a kneecap injury. It's a new injury. It's a small chip-sized fracture in his previously surgically repaired right knee. Small chip fracture. Sulla comes out today after there was a lot of reports saying, hey, Mekhi, this could be serious. The timetable could be lengthy. He could be done for the season. Sulla comes out today and confirms that, yes, it's a chip fracture, and more than likely the season is over for Mekhi Becton, that he's not going to play the season, more than likely. Again, at this point that we're having these talks and having this discussion, it's not completely official, right? They haven't come out and said, hey, he's done, it's said and done. Not at this point. Maybe it gets sent out while we're talking. But the way it's looking from everybody, all the reports, people coming out, people within the locker room, people close to him, even some of the things that he's tweeting. Seems like he knows that it's pretty much he's done for the season, and it's over. What a gut punch for the New York Jets. Here's a guy that worked his butt off to get back, a guy that we were all extremely excited about, him coming in this season, our offensive line, the way we built things up, and now we are sitting in a position where we're more than likely going to be without him, that he's not going to play this upcoming year. Now, if you look at the New York Jets, now you got to figure out, hey, what do you do at right tackle? What do you do at tackle? Keep in mind that the New York Jets during the Green and White Scrimmage had Dwayne Brown, former Seattle Seahawks tackle. They had Dwayne Brown in the building. He was coming to meet with Joe Douglas and the staff. They're trying to work things out, trying to get him in there for a deal. At the time, we were thinking, hey, we were trying to get some veteran depth. Just in case a guy goes down, okay, we can put Dwayne Brown into place and keep things going. Well, now Dwayne Brown has become more of a priority because he got out, continued to move on after the Green and White Scrimmage. They weren't able to sign him. Well, now you got to keep continuing to work to get this guy back in the building because he's one of the top free agent guys that's left out there in the class. So what do? The questions start to come, and I look at the situation. If I'm Dwayne Brown and I know the situation that the New York Jets are in right now, my price is going up. I'm keeping it real. My price is going up. If I know that you are in need of a tackle, my price is going up. So now we got to look at the situation where, we're thirsty, and we've got to find something to figure out and solve this issue here at tackle. Then if you look at the situation from that standpoint as well, if you bring Dwayne Brown in, this is a guy that's a left tackle. You're moving Fant back to right tackle. Fant was not very good at right tackle. He was not very good at right tackle. So there's concerns there. Do you move Fant back to right tackle? Do you try to coach Dwayne Brown into being the right tackle and keep Fant at left tackle, where you have said from the beginning of camp, right? That's why it was like, hey, we're not having a competition between Becton and Fant because we're just going to keep Fant at left tackle. That's where he saw the most success, and we're going to keep Becton at the time at right tackle. This is before he got injured because, he can make the adjustment over there. He's young. Everything's going to be fine. And now things are not fine. Now the New York Jets have major questions up front, their offensive line, particularly at tackle. And, again, we've seen the New York Jets struggle struggle when they cannot contain edge pressure. We saw that last season. We saw guys coming around the edge on that right side or coming up the middle and just destroying Zach Wilson. We've got to get this solved. I'm wondering if the New York Jets, if they can't get Dwayne Brown signed, do you continue to go forward with Max Mitchell? What do you do? Now, keep in mind the New York Jets signed Caleb Benach. Apologize if I butchered that name. He's a guy that played for the Saints. He is more of a guard than a tackle, but he does have some tackle experience. But he's a guy, again, that was on a practice squad. So the Jets are looking shaky right now along the offensive line. Looking shaky, especially with Becton out, because there's so many questions. What do you do with Fant? Where do you move him? Who are you bringing in to solve these issues? Again, there's other guys that we can bring in as well that are out there. You know, Nate Solder's out there, Eric Fisher, Jason Peters. Those are just a couple names. I don't know, again, Brian Balaga. There's other guys that are out there. But you got to wonder, man, what kind of situation is the New York Jets offensive line in? And, again, if you look at what happened today in practice, the line without Mekhi Becton was struggling today in practice. Zach Wilson, from what some of the guys reported, would have gotten over 5 sacks. He would have been sacked over 5 times today. Over. Guys are just having their way with the line today. So here we are with a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions. And boy, oh boy, is this a big one here. Because, again, we saw the protection last season break down for Zach Wilson, and the New York Jets offense was awful because of it. Awful last season because of it. And what really hits me is the gut punches, because Mekhi Becton literally worked his butt off to get back. He worked his butt off. Workouts, everything. All the negative things that people had to say about him, all the nonsensical stuff that people had to throw at him, all the adversity that he faced, he did everything that he could to get himself back out on the field. And this happens. Sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks. And it's also worse when you see certain Jets fans reveling in this situation, pointing their finger at him, making fun of him. I know y'all see it, because I got to address this. It's awful. And I'm not saying every Jets fan is doing this. I'm saying that there are Jets fans out there, and I know y'all see it across social media, that are reveling in the fact that Mekhi Becton is hurt. And that's sad. That is truly sad. To try to use this situation to make some nonsensical point that you have. This man worked to get back. He is a Jet. He's one of us. And you're sitting here laughing and pointing your finger because he has a knee injury. Sad, man. Really sad. So much negativity with some Jets fans. But that's why it's good to have a coach like Robert Saleh. Saleh came out today and shut down a lot of the criticism that was given to Mekhi Becton. He talked about how hard he worked to get back on the field, how he did everything that he needed to do, how he was putting his best foot forward and he was getting the best that he could out of himself. He said that. He said that the team was going to continue to support Mekhi Becton, that his days here are not over. They're not over. And that he hopes that everybody else continues to support him just like the team does. And if you're not going to do that, and by his words, you can keep it moving. Any Jets fan that is sitting here reveling in the injury of Mekhi Becton, you can keep it moving. It's frustrating, man. So many questions along the line now. We're going to get to the lines. We're going to be talking about the Green and White Scrimmage today. We're going to be talking about the upcoming preseason game against the Eagles. Let me tell you, it's quite a bit to talk about, all right? Quite a bit to talk about. Salute to everybody. Again, the number is 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. First call I'm going to go to, this is crazy. Again, please like the stream if you have not liked the stream. Share the stream as well. with your friends and your family across your social media. If you like to give to the stream, please do in the Super Chat. If you don't want to hit the Super Chat, you can hit the Cash App, which is at the bottom of the screen. Anything that you give to the stream is greatly appreciated. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. First call I'm going to get to is my guy, Rusty. Rusty, I'm coming directly to you. Jason will come to you next. Rusty, how's it going, my friend? For those of you that do not know, Rusty is a savage, man. He's a savage. Rusty, salutes, man. Here we are, sitting here, tough times. Mekhi Becton has gotten hurt. Chip fracture on his knee. How are you feeling about this situation, man?
Salutes, Joe. Salutes, savages. Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is. I hope that we get a right tackle. I hope we sign somebody as a right tackle. I don't know so much as Brown as everyone else does because, like you just said, Fant is a horrible right tackle,
Mm-hmm.
So just to move him over, that wouldn't be too good of a thought. Get somebody at right tackle and then, I don't know, have an end help him out. We got ends now, so hopefully that's something that we can Band-Aid up a little bit. Sucks about Mekhi.
Yeah.
It really does. He was, no pun intended, but it literally is a mountain of a hole. He's a humongous dude. But, I don't know. Hopefully the Raging Cajun could do something, but it's a big hole. It's a big hole. And the way that I see it, if you're going to do it, don't take from the other parts of the line that are good. Just try and plug up that one side and go after right tackles. So that guy that we were looking for that we invited over, Brown, I don't think that we're probably going to sign him. I don't know. But I've been wrong about Salah and everybody before, so.
Yeah, but what exactly are you doing along the line if you're not bringing in Dwayne Brown, right? What exactly are you doing? Because now you have a hole at right tackle.
Yeah.
Are you willing
I'm
to
bringing
go
in someone like Balaga or somebody.
So you're thinking Brian Balaga is the guy that we should go after?
Somebody like that. Some right tackle. That's what I would do.
But aren't you concerned about not getting the type of quality that we need? I mean, at this point, right, yeah, Fant wasn't the best, but we saw him over there. I mean, he was decent, serviceable, kind of, right? But if you go get a guy...
Balaga's better than Fant as a right tackle.
Okay.
I'm just saying. That's how I'm comparing it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how, unfortunately, I'm doing it because they made that whole big, like you were saying, that hoo-ha about we have our left tackle, that's Fant. Becton can switch over. It's not set in stone. So if they're going to do that, they can't immediately go against their word,
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the step or the smarter one to do. Unfortunately, we can't, have our cake and eat it too with Becton being healthy and then getting someone, for the left side if, I don't know. We have to plug up that right tackle now.
Yeah. Rusty, what are your thoughts about some fans? There's some Jets fans that are reveling in the fact that Mekhi Becton has been hurt.
They're not real fans. You can't be a real fan. Like, why would you want our own team to be hurt? Like what? I've eaten crow being wrong before, but I don't want it. I'm not going to be happy if something good for our team is going, then all of a sudden this happens. That's not a fan. I mean, I don't know how much of a bandwagon Jets fan you can be, but I'm sure there are some out there. But I don't know. Those are like Madden players or that type of thing, or just I don't know, severely salty scarred Jets. I don't know.
Yeah. So with this injury to Mekhi Becton and his knee, looking at the situation it looks like right now, what do you think is the likelihood that the New York Jets will be looking to replace him or move on from him this upcoming offseason? I mean, for you at this point, do you think that door is closed? I know it's early, but I'm asking because again, he's coming off of a big knee where he missed his, entire season. Do we end up trying to move on from him or trying to get another tackle this upcoming offseason in your mind?
I certainly see that because this upcoming draft, I was, looking at linebacker, center, safety, those things. But right tackle is probably right in there in the second round, or if not first. Who knows? That because you can love having a player so much, but at the end of the day, it sucks that you get injured, but you got to be there, and it's not no fault to his own. It's not like he sat there and just like stabbed his knee and broke it and wanted it to happen. It's just a truly unfortunate thing, and he was in some crazy shape, so he's trying, but you have to think of the whole team as a whole, and it's truly unfortunate. But I think that's what we're going to do next year is draft somebody or something like that. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it stinks because it's a different injury on that same knee. It's like, oh, no, good. It's not like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, bud. What were you saying?
No, how concerned are you about the offensive line gelling now that Becton is sitting down with this injury, which, again, from even Coach Seller's mouth, it seems likely that he's going to miss the season. How concerned are you about the offensive line gelling with all the shift that could come? We're talking about possibly moving Fant to right tackle, bringing in, a guy at left tackle, whether it be Dwayne Brown or someone else. You brought up Balaga. How concerned are you about the offensive line gelling going into the season? Because we've seen them struggle today in practice.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning, but I mean, for all the guys to keep their mind state, you'd have to keep them where they are, and just that's how I see it. Like, I don't know. You can't have everybody shuffling around right now. During the season you can do that type of thing, but right now you have to know the positions. You have to know, we have a lot of new guys, a lot of different, especially on the line too, wide receivers on the line, running backs. So it's very vital right now for everyone. I don't know. It stinks. It really does. I think that we're probably going to go for a right tackle. I don't see them really doing the Fant move. He's terrible. He really is, Joe. He really is a horrendous right tackle. So I don't know how you could move him. And the only one I think it's pretty much set in stone in a way. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what we can do.
What I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, because when I look at the situation, I'm guessing if you go after Dwayne Brown, and again, if we're going after Dwayne Brown, can you coax him into playing right tackle? And I'm guessing that if the price is right, and this is for any tackle, honestly, that's out there. If the Jets are hitting your line right now, maybe yesterday you would have taken, $3 million, $2 million to come in. Well, the Jets have issues at tackle right now. So maybe you bump it up, and maybe you're looking at 5, 6, maybe you're talking $7 million for a year, because we're in so much need. And that's what I think is Joe Douglas is going to have to face out there. And again, I love Joe Douglas. I think he's done a great job, right? I think he's put a lot of things into place. But, the penny pinching, and look, I don't want us to get fleeced. That is not what I'm saying. But it is imperative that we solve this issue at tackle. Imperative. If we can go get somebody again, Dwayne Brown is the name's constantly out there. Dwayne Brown is a guy that, hey, we can count on. I know that there's been a lot of talk about Tevin Jenkins. Salute to the Savages in the chat. NY Jets FL says, weren't the Jets looking at Bears O-lineman in a trade? There were some rumors about Tevin Jenkins, but the issue with Tevin Jenkins is he has the same issues, according to reports, right, reportedly, that a lot of people are getting on Mekhi Becton for having here, supposedly, right? Tevin Jenkins, they talk about his lack of maturity. They talk about his injury issues. They talk about his weight. They talk about the fact that he hasn't played up to the potential of what they thought. People talk about that. So why bring that in here? Why? And again, even Tevin Jenkins at his best played nowhere near to the level of what Mekhi Becton has played at. Nowhere near. So why take a chance on that guy? You'd also be giving up capital for him. That's why I'm telling you, this gets tough. It gets tough.
Yeah,
I'll go even further, Rusty. I'll go even further, right? We're talking about tackles on the outside, right, trying to fill this right tackle position. Does anyone know that Fant is on the last year of his deal? We've been trying to get an extension with him since this offseason. Hasn't happened. Do you know
that was terrible, too, because of the draft.
if Fant,
so now it's like the whole line again.
Exactly. If I want to put this out here, okay, salute to all the Savages, everybody listening. If Fant has a good year, I'm talking about a good year as a left tackle in this league, when the offseason comes, everyone will be vying for his services. Left tackle is one of the most important positions in the league. If you cannot get him extended, right, he's going to be asking for money this upcoming offseason.
And a lot
he
of
already knows you. Yeah, he already knows you have an issue at tackle as well because Mekhi Becton will be coming off that injury. I'm pretty sure his agent is going to say, I'm going to bet you guys are probably not going to lean all of your chips on a guy that's been injured twice and missed basically 2 seasons to come back and just be okay and everything's fine. I want cash as well. And if you don't provide me, I'll walk out into the market. That's what could happen.
we got ourselves a conundrum.
Yeah, I'm just laying this out there. But listen, Rusty, I'm going to ask you one more, and I'm going to let you go because the lines are hot right now. We're going to get to everybody. Listen, Rusty, as this upcoming game is coming here, we got the Eagles in the preseason. What 2 position groups are you watching the most for the New York Jets when we go up against these Eagles, man?
First, I'm watching corners because I really want to see how Sauce acts. I want to see him getting burned. Like I do. I want to see him get burned and humbled and then bounce back. I do. I want to call him Sauce. I do.
Rusty, why do you want to see our rookies get cooked? You just want them to learn, bro. You just want them to learn.
No, I want them to learn. I do. I really want them to learn. I want them to get baptized by fire and then get it out, and then just hit the season running. I really do. Because if you're getting picked at number 4, I don't care, man. Like, you're in Deion Sanders territory, Revis territory, those types of names. You really are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no fault to your own. You did good in college, but, here it is. I know that Stingley's going to bottom out. That's going to be glorious. But I want to see Sauce become who, what we have. I don't know, what we expect him to do or what I expect him to do. I'm a little harder. I'm a jerk sometimes, but it is what it is. But, I expect the best out of him. And then the defensive line. I want to see some sacks, and I want to see the screens get swallowed up and 3rd and 20s get gone. That's what I want to see.
Okay. Hey, listen, Rusty, you had a call tonight, man. I'm going to let's give Rusty a hand, man. Let's give Rusty a hand. Listen, not too much.
Too kind, Joe.
I'll tell you, yeah, they are too kind. You're not getting a dime more because you clap for Rusty, okay? Too long. He's phenomenal. I like him a lot, but come on, guys. Let's slow down. Listen, Rusty, I got to get to these lines, man. You have yourself a good night. Thank you for calling in.
You too, Joe. Salutes, Joe. Salutes, fellow Savages. Gang Green.
All right. That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, Rusty calling in with some tape. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Jason, North Carolina, and 914 will come to you next. Jason, salutes, my friend. We are dealing with quite a conundrum, all right? How are you feeling about Mekhi Becton's injury? What are your thoughts about him more than likely not playing for the Jets this season?
Well, it's an unfortunate event. That was one of the biggest headlines into this upcoming season was if Mekhi Becton could stay healthy. And it's just unfortunate events, And I don't blame him. I don't blame anyone, Look at people in the past, Quincy Neward, Those great players that just couldn't stay healthy. It's not because of their fault. It just happened. So just seeing this unfortunate event, it just sucks for him, and it it seems like because I like Becton, dude. Becton, dude, he did his best to be where he's at today, and just to see him to have an ending injury season, it just sucks.
Yeah, it does. So when you look at the situation that we have here, right? Becton's out at right tackle. What are you doing? Are you looking to sign Dwayne Brown and move Fant back over to right tackle?
I would try to see if Dwayne Brown can go to right tackle. You know, Joe Douglas. My first would be just to get that thought into him, and if he would say yes, like we would just have to bump up the money. I would 100% do it. You know, at this point, you know, beggars can be choosers. If we have to give him a little bit more money to get him healed and play right tackle, I'm up for it. You know, like we are, unfortunately, we're the ones who can't talk. You know, Brown has all the power at this point. So if you know, to me, I would give him as much as it would take for him to get here, just because it's going to be a 1-year deal, so it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the season, he'd probably be gone, and we can get the offense back and go.
So I mean, how much if you were the general manager, and let's say you know he comes to you, you're trying to work some things out with him. What is the most that you're even willing to give him to be here?
That's probably no more than $10 million.
Well, we only got $8 million cap. Let's say he comes to you and says, "Hey, I want
$8
yeah,
million,
I want,
you know.
I want." You willing to spend it all? $8 million. I mean that's gonna, Go ahead. No, look, I just it's going to be tough because when you look at us right now, you know, as it stands, you know, via different reports, again, we have about $8 million left in the cap right now. And this is a question that I posed earlier. When you look at our situation, tackles, their price is going to go up because they're nowhere in need. We just watched Mekhi Becton go down. We know he's not going to be there for the season. You don't really have too much of an adequate backup unless you're willing to lean on Max Mitchell, which is a guy you just brought in, right? We just got him in the draft. If you're out there on the market and you need somebody to solve this issue right now, then guess what? Dwayne Brown, maybe his price yesterday was $4 million. Well, today, I would push for $7 million if I was his agent. I mean, can't you see that happening?
Yes. Like I said, he has the power right now. He knows the Jets situation at tackle, and he knows we're desperate. So, yes, he has the power, and you know what? I would sign him that. Again, it's going to be a 1-year deal, so it's not like we're signing him to this big of a deal. It's just going to be for 1 year. So, for a 1-year deal, I'm willing to accept that because of this big injury. You know, that's at this point, you just got to swallow it for 1 year and be like, okay, yes, get this done.
Yeah. So as we continue to move forward and talk about this offensive line, because, you know, we got this preseason game coming up and there's been practices, things have been, you know, flying around. There's been a lot of positive talk about Zach Wilson, right? A lot of positive talk about him so far. We saw in the Green and White Scrimmage, he was able to put some things together, made some solid throws. He missed some things here and there, but that's going to happen. Now we got this preseason game around the corner with the Eagles. What are your expectations of him in this upcoming preseason game? Of course, he's probably going to be out there maybe a drive, 2 drives. What are you looking to see from Zach Wilson?
I'm just looking for him to be able to move the ball down the field, and hopefully this offensive line can hold. I know they have some great defensive tackles. They drafted another great defensive tackle, so it's going to be. I'm interested to see that offensive line, how they can hold up in the offensive line. But just to see can Zach Wilson move this ball down the field for 1 or 2 drives, and the main connection I'd be looking for is the tight end. He's going to probably be looking for his tight end a little more. So,
yeah, you're talking facts, man. Again, we're continuing to see the work that Tyler Conklin is getting, right? He had a lot of catches and balls thrown his way in the Green and White Scrimmage. Again, in practice, we're constantly seeing that connection, too, so I'm excited about it. Now, my next question for you, Denzel Mims, man. We're hearing from the coaching staff that he's coming in barking about wanting to be implemented more within the offense, wanting to push to be the starter. We heard him talk about how, hey, he's pushing to get that top spot. Dude, he is feisty. He's scrapping in camp. I'm talking throwing punches. There's fights today. He's a guy out there mixing it up. What are you looking to see from him in this game against the Eagles? Are you expecting big things out of him, going out there and really showcasing his talent to hold on to his roster spot?
If he's saying today's practice, he got into, I believe I read a couple of reports that he got into a little skirmish. But man, let him box. You know what? Let him be frustrated. Let him prove it on the field. Just let him. If he can prove it on the field, then yeah, we can keep him. He just got to be able to show it. And preseason week 1, the perfect time for him to see. He is a player to watch, so I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. So as we continue forward, this is going to be my final question for you, Jason. You had quite a call tonight. In this upcoming preseason game, man, what 2 position battles are you looking at the most? What 2 positions are you looking at, and you're watching those players to see who's going to come out the scrum and, grab those starting positions?
Well, I mentioned it before, the offensive line versus their defensive line. It's going to be a great matchup and great. It's going to decide because it's going to be able to open the one game as well. So can we able to hold and do stuff, especially to this great defensive line? And then I'm really interested in can CC Sauce and the CBs be able to hold up wide receivers. I don't know they don't have the best receivers, but they got 1 or 2 good ones. And I want to see them be able to hold them down. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Jason, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. You were phenomenal. You have yourself a good night, all right, my friend?
You too. Jets up, everyone. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, we're going to keep on rolling. Again, the number is 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Please share the stream with your friends, your family, along your social media. Also give the stream a thumbs up, okay, if you have not already, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed and hit that notification bell. If you want to give to the stream, the super chat's there. Please do that. If you want to give through the Cash App, you can give through the Cash App as well. It's all greatly appreciated. Now, speaking of giving to the platform, salute to True Senate with the big donation. I said salute to True Senate with the big donation. True Senate, I want to thank you for giving to the platform. True Senate says, Bills Mafia, eavesdropping. LOL. Yeah, well, you're going to hear a lot because we're going to be loud. Okay? There's a lot of pain going on here right now. But salute to you, True Senate. I want to thank you for giving to the platform. You are greatly appreciated. This is tough, man. This is tough because this opens up situations. Because like I just said, a lot of people are talking about the outside tackles, right? They're talking about trying to shore up, bringing in Dwayne Brown, Balaga, Eric Fisher, these guys that are still kind of out there. There's Jets fans talking about trading for Tevin Jenkins. All right, cool. But what about when you look at the situation with George Fant, and he's on the last year of his deal, and he's like, whoa. I'm sure his agent is sitting back like, you guys really don't have a tackle outside of Fant right now. Maybe this offseason our price goes up. Feel free to bet on Mekhi Becton. He's been out, which is now going to be 2 years, it's looking like. You might want to re-sign my guy to the type of cash we're looking for, or we'll walk, especially if Fant has a good season at left tackle. This is going to be rough, man. We'll keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Again, salute to all the savages in the chat. Next, I'm going to my guy, North Carolina. This Jets fan is something else. He knows the Jets through and through, okay? We're talking through and through. Salute to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Give me your thoughts on the New York Jets tackle situation. What's going on? What are your thoughts on the Jets tackle situation right now, man? Are you a guy that wants to see us go grab Dwayne Brown immediately?
Well, it looks like right now we don't have much of a choice. We're going to need to make a stopgap move to buy us some time with Max Mitchell and to take a look at the 2023 draft class of next year. And I have some concerns because I'm not sure. I haven't done any research. I've, played around a little bit on different simulations to take a look at what some of the projections are for 2023. And because I know this recent class was very good, man. We passed up on some good tackles, Charles Cross, Mekhi Becton, Evan Neal, that I really like those guys. Really like that class, and I'm really concerned. I like George Fant. And I never imagined I would have said this a couple of years ago that I liked George Fant because at the time when we signed him, there wasn't too much thought about it. It was just a notable mention, kind of a little lower-end signing, a swing guy from Seattle that was pretty athletic, but a guy who hadn't really tapped his full potential. And it seemed like with us, he's hitting his stride at left tackle. I think he's found his home at left tackle, and I don't want to see him moved for anything. And I'm really concerned.
Hold on a second, and we're going to cover this because I want to get your take. All right, listen, I'm looking at the situation and I'm saying, well, now that Becton's probably going to be done for the season, well, you got Fant on the last year of his deal. Could you see a situation where we may not be able to keep him either because his price tag is going to go up because he knows that the Jets are in need of tackle as well?
I think and trust that Joe Douglas will be in negotiations with him and attempt to make an honest attempt to get him signed before the end of this 2022 season. And I trust that he will be in negotiations with him. Now, as far as the timetable, it's hard for us as fans to really, we can only speculate when negotiations will begin. But I think at some point, whatever goes on the inside, I think they have privy to what's going on more than we do as far as Joe Douglas and Fant's agent, but I imagine they will be in preliminary discussions at some point, and I think that Joe Douglas will make him a good offer. It won't be anything that would be an insult to George Fant, who has earned the left tackle job. Thank God for him. I don't know where we would be without him. We don't have Morgan Moses this time to bail us out like we had last year. Last year we were lucky. We got Morgan Moses. He kind of helped us out a lot with Becton. Now this time around we don't have Morgan Moses to turn to. And, man, I mean, sometimes it's you think coulda, shoulda, but I wish we would have went on and took the offensive tackle in the recent draft. And now it's not an indictment on Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner has been everything I could have imagined in a prospect. This kid is tremendous. I think he's going to be one of the NFL's top defensive players. I don't doubt that. But as far as the what you call the premium position, I think – we should have went on and took Mekhi Becton with the 4th pick in the draft. And then my first thought was when I got the news, I think it was Eon from Jet Central. I got some on my computer. I got your subscription on a number, but I got a notification from Eon that from Jet Central that Mekhi Becton re-injured his knee. I said, oh, my God. And then I got additional word. I bounced around from some of you guys' platform, and I got some other notifications from some other Jets 24/7. And Ryan, me and him talk just like you do, me and you do. And I hadn't had a chance to speak to him in a while. Eventually, I'm going to reach out to him. But when I heard further word to confirm it that the injury could be serious, I'm like, oh, my God. So I'm thinking right now that Mekhi Becton's career is over as far as with us. Now, it's hard to project as far as how I think it's that serious.
Okay.
Now, he's missed 2 years.
Okay. Go ahead. You thinking
I'm sorry.
You think that the Jets are going to look to move on from him this upcoming offseason that is said and done and over?
Yes. I think in some manner they may. And do it in a gentle way out of respect. I think they like Mekhi and Joe Douglas. That was his guy. He made a big investment and a big gamble on Mekhi Becton. And I think regretfully, I think it's going to pain Joe Douglas to have to do this. But I think, yes, if the opportunity, if there's so much to project forward, I think you have to have a crystal ball as far as what the 2023 draft class is going to look like. But if it's anywhere close to what this recent class has been, which was excellent, this class we really missed out on some good players, good guys. I wish he would have went on and made that decision. It would have been tough to lose out on Sauce Gardner. I don't know if he could have made it to us at pick 10. We had pick 10. You remember one time, months prior to the end of the season, we had pick 4 and 7, remember? Now, maybe if we would have had pick 4 and 7, if we could have maintained that position, it's possible we could have passed up on him and still got him at 7. But once we lost position and we fell back to 4-10, it'd been very risky to let him slide let him slide at 4 and slide back to 10. That's why I think they went on and bit the bullet and took him. And I think as far as what the inside talks with the Jets and their coaches and staff, I think in their minds they were optimistic and thinking that Becton can make it back. But little did anyone know the extent of that damage on the inside of his knee. I think it's bad. Mm-hmm. It's really bad, man. I saw him limping. Some of the video footage that was released, I felt sorry for Mekhi. I really felt sorry for that young man. But I think he's going to have to think seriously about his future. I know he's got a family and a little child to support and stuff. I really feel bad. But he's going to have to think about what to do with his life beyond the NFL. Now, this is 2 straight years that his knees have been messed up. He's going to have to seriously think about that with his wife and his family and talk about those kind of things as far as his future here. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look good. And now we're in a bad situation, very tentative situation where we're going to try to have to plug this thing up at least for this year and buy us time. Now, I know we recently drafted Max Mitchell. He's a highly touted prospect, but he's not ready. That's right. He needs work. He needs time. You need to buy him at least a year to put him in the mix. He needs strength work. He probably needs a little bit of technique refinement too. He's not ready. If we throw him out there, we're gonna expose him to potentially a bad situation when he's not quite ready for that. And I don't want to see that. And I don't want to see George Fant move. George Fant has earned the left tackle job. Why don't we just leave him alone, leave him at left tackle? He deserves to be there, and try to see if we can iron out some kind of contract for him in the upcoming months, you know?
Well, here's the question, though. Here's the question. Is that let's go with your scenario. If we're keeping George Fant at left tackle, well, then a lot of these other guys, again, Dwayne Brown is the guy that plays left tackle. That means you have to talk him into being a right tackle, which he, hasn't done. Hasn't done much of this league, if at all.
Yeah.
Which, again, will reflect price. If you're going to have me come in, right, and play outside of my natural position, you're also in need of tackle. I'm going to get paid, dog. You're not going to give me some deal that's just no, you're going to pay me, period.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
That's going to reflect in price. And then, again, if you continue to go down the rabbit hole with, hey, we're going to stick at right tackle. And again, I'm just being devil's advocate here. I'm just giving the other side. If you continue to go down this hole at right tackle, how many of these other guys that are out there that are still out there, again, keep in mind, these are names, Eric Fisher, Balaga and stuff, and that's wonderful that these guys are out there, but they're still out there for a reason, right? They're still out there for a reason. So if they're still out there, how many of those guys are going to be willing to come in and just play right tackle? Because some of those guys don't play right tackle. That Jets fans names are thrown around. Some of those guys would probably feel more comfortable at left tackle. So that makes you start to think moving Fant at some point, depending on who you can get in, wouldn't that make sense?
I'm not sure because left tackle, George Fant, not a very from the reports I got, he's not very good.
I know. No, he was not. He was not very good. And a lot of people like to forget that because he played very well at left tackle last season. But there was a time where he was on that right side, and he was not very good. He was letting up. He was letting up pressures. Zack was getting hit and all of that stuff. But I think in this situation, he's a guy that can swing over to that right side. And if we cannot get a guy to come here that's going to be willing to play right tackle or move to right tackle or even be good at it, just because you're going to get a guy, just get a name and throw a name in there, that doesn't mean that it's going to be stable. That doesn't mean that that's going to be good. He's just somebody. He's just a body, but he's not a guy that can really step in and have an impact or at least be solid enough to hold up. So you got to look at that as well. So if you can get a guy like Dwayne Brown and bring him in and put him in that left tackle position and say, listen, Fant, I know we told you at the beginning of camp, we told you you're going to be a left tackle, but look, things have changed. You're moving to right tackle, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's how the cookies crumble. You know what I mean? Unless
that's true.
The only way, right, and if you can't get a guy in here that's going to be willing to play right tackle, maybe you look at Max Mitchell and say, we drafted you for a reason. Maybe it is time to take the training rules off and put him out there. What are your thoughts about possibly?
Yeah, I think.
Again, I know you said he needs a little time, but
probably
if the pressure's on,
you do? I think that's the worst case scenario. I can see that as a possibility as well. That Max Mitchell may have to get in there as a rookie And it makes me a little nervous because this schedule is no joke. Going against the Green Bay Packers, the Baltimore Ravens, these are very, very tough opponents. And with a young tackle that needs a little strength work, needs to build some muscle mass, needs some technique refinement, this is, oh, boy.
Yep.
It's going to really test LaFleur, who I really love as an offensive coordinator. It's going to test how he's going to scheme this thing and make it work to try to mask our deficiencies at right tackle, to try to cover that up. He may have to implement and add an extra tight end to block, maybe go with a 3 tight end formation instead of 2 tight ends, and maybe mixing a third out of the backfield, maybe motioning. He's going to have to figure this thing out. The biggest thing is getting people blocked for Zach Wilson and giving him the opportunity to make plays, And
this is why I'm telling you.
Here we go.
I love that take because that's where I was going as well. I thought when I look at this situation now, I think the impact, right, of us bringing in solid tight ends is going to be so huge going forward because all of these guys have some ability to block. We have not had that kind of double factor, that kind of double combo, guys that can be pass threats, guys that can also block in years since like Dustin Keller, right? So we got CJ, we got Tyler Conklin. A guy that Tyler Conklin has been, he's been putting in work, right, all throughout camp. CJ has been doing the work. But we talk about Jeremy Ruckert, who just got on the practice field today, got out of his injury.
Yeah.
He's looking good. He's going out there making plays. But again, he's a guy that when you talk about him, he's one of the guys that was one of the top run blocking tight ends in the class. So I think that's
right.
what we will see. The adjustment from Mike LaFleur will now be we're going to utilize the tight end position probably more effectively. We're probably going to come out in more big sets, and that's going to be the threat. And that can really help us as well because, like you said, at tackle, we're going to be scrubbing around. I don't know exactly who we're going to bring in. Again, there's a lot of talk about Dwayne Brown, but if Dwayne Brown and that price doesn't work for us, what else do you do? So I think the tight end position, like you said as well, will be used quite effectively, and we see that in San Francisco. We saw it. Of course, they have Kittle and they got some guys, but we see that they use the tight end in the Shanahan offense, which is what we're running. They use the tight end like nobody's business. We see it. Go ahead.
It's possible to leave Fant at left and just try to figure out how they're going to scheme and mask and cover up the deficiencies on that right side. They're just going to have to figure that out, how to do that as far as stopgap measure. And that's what we're in the mode now is stopgap, try to plug it up this year and then look long term. And just I really feel bad about this situation. It's the only dark cloud right now with this franchise. There's so much going on to feel positive about. The development of Zach Wilson, the overall influx of talent. This team has been tremendous over the last 2 years, which is really a short window of time. In 2 years, Joe Douglas has added a lot of really good football players, and a lot of the fans like myself, old fans like me, have had something to feel excited and enthused about. And this is like a dark cloud with the Becton situation, a nightmare scenario.
It is, and what sucks is the options when you start to look at the scenarios that can play out, and then you look at some of the options that's out there, it makes you wonder a bit. Yeah, we like Dwayne Brown, but the price, people talking about making a trade for Tevin Jenkins, who honestly is probably, is, in my opinion, from all the reports and everything we're hearing from, the media out there out of Chicago, he's in a worse off position than with Mekhi Becton. Of course, if Mekhi was, healthy, this guy, maturity issues, weight issues, injury issues, all that stuff with him. And then there's talk about Andre Dillard from Philly as well, but we got to see what's going on with that. What will Philadelphia want? Again, I know that he probably he has possibly made a call out there. There's reports that he's made a call, or Joe Douglas has made a call to Philly, so we'll see how that kind of pans out. But man, it's going to be tough.
You better believe that Joe Douglas is kicking the tires, and as we speak right now, making phone calls and making contacts. So I trust him. He's on it. He's on it. If there's any way within reason to get something done to try to solidify the right tackle position this year, you have to believe and trust him that he will attempt to do that, honestly. Yeah. Because he is a very competent general manager,
Yeah. So as we continue to move forward, man, because, again, this preseason game is right around the corner, there's been a lot of positive talk about Zack. Did some good stuff in that Green and White scrimmage. Now we're going forward. What are your expectations out of him coming up in this first preseason game? What do you want to see from Zach Wilson? I'm guessing he's probably going to be out there maybe 1-2 drives, I would like to see the starters out there for a quarter, but we'll see. But maybe 1 or 2 drives in the first game. So, first preseason game. What are your thoughts about what you want to see out of him?
I think you're right. He'll get a couple of series to just get some work in, get some reps. I want to see him show command and decisiveness, getting the ball out quickly, not sitting back and eating the football and taking sacks and unnecessary pressure. I want to see him coming out, showing decisiveness, gathering his teammates together, showing command and confidence. You can see it in the body language, and I want to see him display that in that first preseason game. I want to see him going out there and just whipping the ball around, not hesitating, getting the ball out quickly, decisively, knowing exactly where to go. And then once you really know where to go, pre-snap read, we've learned that from Peyton Manning. He was the master.
Yep.
Pre-snap understanding. Yep. Once you understand what's going on, it's really irrelevant as far as what the defense does. You know what I'm saying? Unless they hit you with a zero blitz and it's just all out blitz and they somebody just missed the block and don't pick it up and the quarterback, just gets hit.
Yeah, you're completely right. So, listen, it's been a phenomenal call. My last question for you before I let you go is, what two positions are you going to be looking at in this upcoming preseason game? What two position battles are you really keeping your eyes on the most?
Oh, boy, that's a tough one. Obviously, you're going to be looking at the left tackle. The right tackle spot. With the Becton situation, that's number one now. That's thrust itself into the number one spot. And number two, I'm thinking edge rush. Is Bryce Hoff ready to make that leap? I know we've added some good young prospects like Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens. We added some really good prospects. I want to see something from Bryce Hoff and Jabari, what's his name from Florida? Talking about
Jabari Zuniga.
The other edge rushers, Zuniga, and I kind of want to see progress from them and see them stepping up and actually looking good in preseason and giving themselves a chance to make the team. I'd be very disappointed if Bryce Hoff doesn't make the cut. He was one of my favorite prospects from that draft class. I think that first draft class from Joe Douglas. And we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, it was phenomenal speaking to you, my friend. Please call in next time I have a show. You have yourself a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. You take care, and thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely. Listen, this guy knows his stuff. Listen, there's a lot to talk about. My guy's from North Carolina. He be calling in, and he knows his stuff, all right? Listen, we're going to keep into these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Please, when you call in, make sure your phone is good. Watch your background noise, all right? Don't call me from the bottom of a Pringles can, okay? Make sure your phone sounds all right. I want to be able to hear you and your takes. Also, no cursing on my show. I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than we got McCaffrey. I'm so glad that guy's gone. I am so glad, all right? We got some issues right now, but I have faith that Joe Douglas is going to figure this thing out as we continue forward, all right? So, again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Salutes to my guy, Savage Venom G's in the chat. Venom G says, Joe and Savages, would you trade Mims or Hall for a right tackle? I don't know, Venom. Venom. At this point, I'm looking at the situation, and I'm saying it depends on, what exactly you're getting. All right? 1, 2, Hall is a really good corner. He could actually end up being our number one corner. There's a lot of people talking about, hey, Sauce is looking good. He's battling for the spot, but Bryce Hall is right there. And then you got Mims, the guy that really can add some depth. Mims has been looking really good, too. He's the guy that's out there fighting, scrapping. He's pushing to try to be the number one, and Mims has so much unbelievable potential. It's crazy. All the trade scenarios that we've been talking about that a lot of Jets fans have been throwing out is for guys like Tevin Jenkins, who I would not trade. If you're talking to me about Tevin Jenkins, no thank you. I'm not trading any of those guys for Tevin Jenkins. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. But we'll continue on. Salute to all the Savages in the chat. Salute to my guy, Venom G's, as well, for asking the question. Please continue to do that in the chat, all the Savages. I know y'all going back and forth. I'm going to go back and forth with y'all as well. Again, we're going to get back to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. Next, I'm going to Ted, 813. I'm coming directly to you. 914, I'll come to you next. Ted salutes my friend, NY. I think this is NY Jeff FL. Listen here. For those of you that don't know,
yes, sir.
Ted's a savage.
Thank you, Joe.
Great.
Thank you, Joe.
My God, he's a savage. Salute to you, Ted. It's good to have you on the program again.
Yes,
Mekhi
sir.
Becton down. It's looking like, more than likely, it's going to be for the season, right? At this point, again, we are live. It has not been reported, at least to my knowledge, that he's going to be done for the season. But everyone, including Sulla, saying it's looking like he's going to be done for the season with the chip fracture on the knee. How are you feeling about this, man, and what do you think the New York Jets should do to tackle at this point?
Well, I've listened to a lot of the callers tonight, agree with some of the takes, and some of them are obviously not. I think Dwayne Brown is the only person that I would sign at this point. Possibly wait for some cuts, because I looked at the cut dates for the other teams, and
yeah.
Start on the 16th. We need somebody who can step right in and plug and play. We can expose our quarterbacks, using a Max Mitchell or the lineman we signed from the Bucs. I don't know. We can't risk that kind of another season where Zack is not improving, is getting hurt, can't get more competency in the offense. He's got to make strides this year. So I can see, a Dwayne Brown or some other veteran who may shake loose from another team.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Ted. You said Dwayne Brown. I'm right there with you. Now, if you signed Dwayne Brown, are you moving George Fant over to right tackle? Because George Fant was awful. Woo! Awful, baby, as a right tackle. He was terrible. Are you doing that, or are you trying to coax Dwayne Brown into moving to right tackle, which he hasn't really done?
That would have to be a work in progress, as far as I'm concerned. How they would handle that? Maybe that would be spoken about during the negotiations, or, they have better knowledge of what would work where. They have knowledge of Brown, obviously, and of course their own players. NFL is adapting, and I don't want to make a negative into a positive, but we found out about Becton's health early, so we can kind of go on from here. And I know it's a big punch in the gut, but at least it didn't happen at week 8, and then we are then we're really in trouble. Plus our schedule is so brutal. But I think I had so much optimism. I still do, but I have so much optimism. Yeah. Looked at the schedule, and I think we can go 2-2. I know it's early to talk about schedule, but I think we can honestly go 2-2. I think we can beat the Browns. They're starting Jacoby Brissett, and I think the Steelers, we can beat them. We have they're starting. I don't know who they're starting. I think it's going to be Trubisky or somebody. Those are winnable games. I know they have good defenses and all, but with Becton and out, maybe I can tamper my expectations a little, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
That's the way I'm looking at it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you, and I'm not down on the team either. I'm really not. I'm a little. I am hurt because everyone knows I love Mekhi Becton, and I just think that this sucks for him because we watched him, work his tail off to get back out on that field. All the negativity, all the everything that everybody said about him, all the stuff that's gone on. We watched this guy weather that storm and tell everybody, look, I'm going to be back and I'm going to do what I need to do to get out there. And he did that. And then to see him have this hip fracture and go down and it's looking like he's not going to be here, it really sucks. But as we continue to talk about, this season, a big part of it is the offensive line. getting things together up front. And you talked about bringing Dwayne Brown in and looking for other tackles. And if we're searching on that free agency market, don't you think at this point any free agent is looking at the New York Jets, licking their chops, saying, hey, we know you got tackle issues. If you want me, my price just went up $2, maybe $3 million?
Probably would be the wisest decision. They would try to, they have the negotiating power to do that. But I don't think Joe is going to break the bank. I mean, we don't have much of a bank left, but I can't see him, saying, hey, take whatever you want. So maybe he will look at a little more at the trade option. Maybe he'll see what he can get. Maybe some kind of veteran who's on their last year of their contract. Maybe they can do a stopgap. We don't have to give up much, or I think obviously the most obvious thing to do would be sign Brown. It's a tough situation.
Would you be interested?
It's a tough situation.
Would you be interested in the New York Jets make a trade for Tevin Jenkins or Andre Dillard?
I mentioned Jenkins in the chat, but after you spoke about him, I probably would hesitate on that one. Dillard, I would think about strongly. Yeah, I think Joe may have familiarity with him too. I don't know when he was drafted, but he obviously knows a lot of people in the organization for the Eagles. Yeah. So he's got deep roots there. But it's such a gut blow. You think when Salah said, "Oh, he looks, he's okay," or he didn't say he's okay. He basically said, he doesn't look that serious and this and that, and then escalates. And in the back of your mind, you have this doubt, like, oh yeah, you know what? What if it's that? It's just been a hard thing to swallow with so much optimism with the team and Lawson coming back and the rookies and the camaraderie and the team, working out wherever they worked out in Idaho, wherever they went. JetBlue, free miles for Wilson. He doesn't pay for his flights or anything, but it's tough. It's tough, but professionals will go on. It's it's a team sport, and day by day, I guess you have to have a long-term, medium-term, and very short-term goals in business too. Any kind of career, business, life, but especially NFL, you have to move and dodge very quickly.
Yeah, you do, and the adjustment that I think we have to make, and again, it sucks. This is a gut punch because we were all talking about Mekhi, and we're all excited for him coming back, and because again, we've seen when he's fully healthy, he's an elite tackle in this league. And then to see him go down with this situation and not just be gone, for a couple of weeks. Because that if people were just saying, hey, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'd be like, that sucks, but okay, we'll take that.
Right.
Let him heal up, let him do a thing. But everybody's saying pretty much he's likely done for the season, and that sucks. And then you got to look around and say, okay, well, what can we do to kind of fill this hole? You talk about trades. I know you talked to, Tevin Jenkins, like I said, to me is, I'm not interested. Really, I'm not, according to all the reports and what we've seen. And the fact that, they just drafted that guy a couple of years ago, and he's already, the rumors are swirling that he's on the market. There's something wrong. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing I think of, like, there's something wrong. Yep. I mean, you just got this guy, and he's already on. There's something wrong with him. Yep. And then, Dillard is a guy that I think can come in and be solid. I don't think he comes in and, he's going to be like the best, tackle in the NFL, but he's a guy that can come in and be solid. I think he has some, familiarity with the right tackle position. And like you said as well, Joe Douglas definitely has, connections and ties within that Eagles spot, so he can, be able to work out a deal. But we'll see, man, because there's a lot of talk about that now as we continue to go forward, too. Here's my thought, is I know we talked about going outside, getting that free agent, making a trade. Man, what about Max Mitchell? He's just sitting there right now, right? We just drafted this guy. Could you see us maybe starting him at right tackle? I mean, let me know. I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I'm just asking questions like, why not put Max Mitchell out there? No?
Hey, Joe, one more thing about the Bears. Sorry, Joe. Go ahead. Door on the Bears. Let's ask about Roquan Smith, too. But, I mean, if you want to shake him out, I'll be willing to look at him if he doesn't want to be paid. I mean, Mosley's 31. Does Roquan play the middle linebacker? I don't know if he plays the outside or the middle. I don't remember.
For sure.
I know he played at Georgia, pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's a guy, but what are your thoughts about Max Mitchell?
I wouldn't start a rookie after what we saw last year, and he's a small school kid. He's a developmental project. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. He's a little small. He's got to develop. I just don't see him being ready yet. Could surprise me, but I would rather go with the veteran route, knowing that Zack, we have to perform this year. We finally have the weapons. We have possibly the quarterback. We will know for sure. Well, not for sure, 100%, but we'll have more confidence this year if Zack takes steps forward, and the offense too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would go straight with a veteran.
Go ahead. Okay. All right.
I would go straight with a veteran offensive lineman.
So as we continue forward, man, we got this preseason game around the corner now. What are your expectations of Zack in this game, man? There's been a lot of positivity surrounding him, a lot of people saying great things about him. What are your thoughts, man? I think he'll probably play maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 drives in the first game. I want to see a full quarter, but that's just me. But probably 1 or 2 drives, maybe 3 at the most. What are you expecting to see out of him in those drives?
Well, now that we don't have a right tackle, things got a little – may change a little. I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we'll just vanilla it down and be careful. I don't know I honestly don't know how this is going to change the game itself. Well, he has to play. I mean, you have to run some kind of offense. We're not going to sit there and hand the ball off every play. I would like to, see some competency in the running game, and then him spreading the ball out and get not throwing the ball in the dirt. That would probably be the first step, like he did last year. Then again, he was running for his life a lot. So having a competent offense, that can matriculate the ball down the field, and and maybe I really want to see the defense really more than the offense, because they may have to carry this team for a while until the offense kind of gels. So, I mean, I'd like to see Lawson and Jermaine Johnson and some of these guys see what they can do, and I hear Quinnen's just flying around looking great. So, and Sauce and the guys we got from the Buccaneers. In fact, the funniest thing, I'm wearing a Buccaneers shirt because I live in Tampa. Even though I'm not a fan, though. I just happen to have the shirt on right now. The guy we got, the safety we got from the Bucs. I want
you talking about
guys
Whitehead?
come in
Jordan
and just see what they can do. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So my final question for you, my friend, before I let you go, is when we look at the situation, everybody's excited about this upcoming game. What 2 position battles are you looking forward to the most? What 2 position battles are you keeping your eyes on the most when you're watching this game? Is it cornerback? Is it wide receiver? Are you looking to see how Mims kind of pans out with the other guys that are battling there? What are you looking at?
I think Sauce. I'm not worried about Sauce. I have a high confidence level in him. I wanted him in the draft anyway. I would say probably the wide receiver, to see what Wilson has and see what kind of formations they run and how they move the ball. Against a real opponent, not practice. They're playing against their own players, so they probably know the offense. Just kind of, how to utilize tight ends, how to utilize a running back. Breece Hall, I'm interested in. I think he might be the steal of the draft, quite honestly, when it pans out, because that guy cannot be. That guy has deceptive speed. I mean, he is like a big physical runner, very elusive too, and has great speed. Can catch the ball in the backfield. I think he's a guy I really want to see kind of make his presence felt.
Okay. Listen, my friend, I want to thank you for calling in.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Listen, it was phenomenal to speak with you. You have yourself a good night, all right?
All right, Joe. Talk to you soon. Love the show.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Listen, Ted calling in. Ted calling in with some takes, man. He's got some takes. We're going to continue to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. call in. We are taking all callers. Please give the stream a thumbs up if you have not already. Share the stream with your friends, your family, across your social media platforms. And also subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you're supposed to be in the know. So, get those alerts when I go live. Everybody sliding on in here, giving us your takes, everybody going back and forth. And, again, salutes to all the savages in the chat. They get after it, man. Salutes to everybody. Salutes to my guy Dave. He says, hey, Jets fans, I know this already. I know you know this already, but you have yourselves a fantastic Jets content creator. Dude allows you to completely finish your thought. Yeah, I do. I don't agree with everybody, Dave. Now, I will say that. I don't agree with everybody, but I would like to respectfully go back and forth with people. You know what I'm saying? But if you get a little too crazy, I got to get you out of here, Or I got to hit you. Some people I have to hit with this right here.
You're smoking crack. Stop.
Some people I got to tell to stop, Dave. I'm just being real. Some people I gotta stop them. But we'll continue to get to these lines. Salute to you, Dave. Thank you for watching and joining the stream as well. Please, all the savages, keep going crazy in the chat. Ask questions. We'll get to you in a second. A lot of things going on. Next, on the line, I'm going to get to my guy 914 coming directly to you. Salute to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, we're talking about it. Mekhi Becton, the situation he's injured. Give me your thoughts on what the New York Jets should do at tackle at this point, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling awful. It was unfortunate to hear. But the worst part about all of this, really the worst part, is that now, because of this, now we have to hear the Joe Douglas haters come out of the woodwork and throw their hissy fit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I mean, the people who are, really, I don't mean to be rude, but the lack of intellect among these people is astonishing. I mean,
wow.
We get it. 2020 we get 2020 was a rough draft. You're holding that against him, and you're saying because of that, you want his head on a silver platter. It's and look, I got a sense of this for you because I know how you feel about inappropriate words. But these people are so dumb, they could not find their own rear end with a flashlight, a map, and handwritten instructions.
Listen, I'll tell you, you're going for it, my friend. You speaking your mind right now, and
here we go.
I respect it. You say what you got to say. Now, I understand, people are throwing their hissy fits and upset, because Becton again has been injured. But what do you think JD will do? Do you think we're going to try our best to sign Dwayne Brown? And is he the guy that's like the leader in the spot of, bringing in the tackle? Is he a guy that you want? Or do you think we could possibly go forward and just, pull up Matt Mitchell and let Max Mitchell kind of do his thing?
Well, I mean, I did hear, Douglas did go on the Fan this morning, and he did say that, which one did you, the first one you said, what was his name? Sorry,
Dwayne Brown. I know they're working to try to.
Yeah, I saw that they were working on that. So, I mean, that would be a good option. If you feel comfortable with Max Mitchell going forward at this point, then I guess you could give that a try. Honestly, just do what's best for this team. Just do what you think is best. Don't. That's what I'm saying right now.
So let's say if you're bringing in a guy like Dwayne Brown, he's a guy that plays left tackle. Are you okay with moving Fant to right tackle? Because
it's a
Fant
tough
was
decision.
not very good at right tackle.
That's a really tough decision. We know Fant's a better left tackle than a right tackle, as we've seen. So that's going to be a really tough decision to make. And it's going to take careful evaluation by this coaching staff.
Yeah, it is. Now, as we continue forward, you look at this situation, man. We got a preseason game around the corner, and Tyler Conklin has been getting work. What are your expectations of him coming into this game, and do you think that there's a chance that Conklin could end up stealing that starting spot away from CJ?
I think there's a chance. I don't think anything is out of question that it's not possible.
Yeah, I'm seeing Tyler really do work and do his thing. He's making a lot of catches. He was targeted a lot in Green and White Scrimmage, and he's putting some stuff together. So I could see that as well. He's definitely going to challenge. But I like CJ and what he brings to the table, and especially, again, when you look at our issues at tackle that we have now, depending on how we sort this stuff out, this tackle or this tight end position could really end up upgrading and helping this offensive line out a lot, just, in blocking and just some of the scheme stuff that we use now. Another thing I think is going to be impacted by our offensive line is Zack Wilson, man. What are your thoughts about him going into this upcoming preseason game? What are your expectations for him?
Well, my expectations are, he's only going to play a little bit, but I expect to see good, capable football from him.
Yeah, I'm expecting that as well, man. Hey, I want to thank you for calling in, my friend. It was great to speak to you. You have yourself a good night.
I got to mention this. I thought I mentioned this.
Yeah, man. He had some takes. He had quite some takes. We're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Listen. Please give the stream a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Share the stream across your social media platforms with your friends and your family. Anything you give to the stream is greatly appreciated, whether it be Super Chat or the Cash App, which is at the bottom of the screen. It's all greatly appreciated. So next, we're going to get back to these lines. Listen, the next caller I'm going to, he brings heat. He brings the heat, all right? I'm going to my guy, Monty, okay? Monty, welcome to the stream. Security system immediately going off.
Yo, what's going on?
He's in the building. Salute to you, Monty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome back, my friend. Listen, it's good to speak to you. You already know, Mekhi Becton.
Yeah. You already know what I'm going to say to you, Joe. You already know what I'm going to say to you. You talking all that whole Mekhi Becton is this all-pro dude and this, that, and third. Oh, man, Joe Douglas knocked it out the park with this pick. And hey, Joe, I tried to tell you, man. I tried to tell you about what a fraud is. And Mekhi Becton,
did you?
It's a fraud.
Did you?
Fraud.
He's a fraud?
I did. All this stuff is recorded, Joe.
How is he a fraud, Monty? The man worked. Listen, you had Greg Van Roten thrown into the back of you. You get your knee jacked up. You're out for a year. He comes back, works his butt off, gets back out into the field, and has his hip fracture.
He didn't work his butt off. He came in training camp out of shape. He came in training camp out of shape.
Into football shape. He got himself into football shape, sir. He's in shape. He's in shape.
Joe, he was not in shape. He was not in shape. He tried to play his way into shape. He was not. He was not in shape. He tried to prove everybody wrong. He wanted to come in there with his little a bus shirt on and try to prove everybody wrong. Hey man, I can't help it. He was Mr. Glass, man. He's Mr. Glass. That's all,
he can't stay on the field. I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Fans just sitting back.
Here we go.
Going at Becton now that he has his knee injury. This is crazy. Listen,
he's
guy
on the field. He hasn't been on the field for the last 2 years, Joe. He hasn't been on the field. It's going to be 2 years.
If you get somebody thrown into the back of you, you're going to miss time on the field too. You're acting like, this is what kills me, right, about people that have your take.
He was hurt before, Joe.
Hold on.
He was hurt before.
Monty, you guys act like Mekhi Becton was walking down the street and his knee just exploded. like that's not what happened. He had a guy thrown into the back of him. This year he tries to come back. and guess what happened? It's a fracture, a chip fracture in the right knee. Okay? These things are happening.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
That doesn't mean he's wildly injury prone. That doesn't mean any of these things. He's dealing with the situation.
He's always been injured, Joe. Like, this from his first year, his rookie season. He's always dealing with knick-knack injuries, and then he goes from dealing with knick-knack injuries to missing games.
Do you forget his first season? He was an elite tackle in this league. Do you forget
he
that?
Was not an elite
Everybody,
tackle, he was not.
He was not an elite tackle in this
league?
No,
we've discussed this plenty of times. We've gone. Yes, he was not an elite tackle. He was not elite tackle.
Monty,
what do you have to
you
prove that
are
on?
insane.
I mean, we have to base that
You're
on.
insane, Monty. Monty, literally, Becton was an elite tackle his rookie year. He honestly was the best offensive player that we had. He was the best offensive player. Who was better? Who was better for the New York Jets Becton's rookie year? Please tell me.
Joe, you making it seem like if you're the best player on the worst team, what is it? That's not saying much. That's not saying anything at all. You're trying to say, Mekhi Becton is the best player on the Jets. We didn't have anybody.
It wasn't like he was just the best player on the Jets, Monty. He was one of the best tackles in the league. I'm not just saying that. You're acting like I'm the only person saying that. I'm not. Damian Woody said that.
Said what?
Damian Woody.
He's not even the best.
Damian Woody.
He's not even the best.
Damian Woody said that.
Damian Woody is a homer.
Oh my goodness gracious!
He's a homer. Everybody can look at Mekhi Becton and realize, like, look, he's a mammoth of a man. He has a loads of potential. But can we be honest right now? He has not lived to his potential as a player. You know, and you saw it last year before he got injured in camp. He was getting olayed by Carl Lawson left and right. So I mean, like, what? I don't understand. Like, you're talking about he's not even the best tackle in his class.
Wow, Monty,
in his draft class.
You're really sitting here, literally trying to readjust history and say that Becton was not elite his first season. That is insane.
Like. So was he first? Okay. Was he first team all rookie? Was he first team all rookie? Was he second team all rookie?
Dude, we literally watched.
He was not on either team.
We saw him.
He was not on either team.
We saw him dominate top pass rushers in his rookie season. He was stuffing guys like Bosa. He stuffed Chubb. He stuffed multiple top pass rushers that season and was unanimously around the league called elite. Damian Woody, he is not a homer. Damian Woody has jumped on the Jets before, live on TV. He is not a homer. You're insane, Monty. You're insane. You're trolling.
I'm just saying. I don't just throw stuff out there. I don't throw stuff out there, Joe. You're calling this man elite left tackle based off what? Based off what?
His rookie season.
He wasn't. He wasn't. Because if he was elite, he would have made first team. He would have made a first team All Pro. All Pro. He did not. He didn't make first team All Rookie. He didn't make any of those things. He wasn't a Pro Bowler. Okay. He wasn't none of those things. So all that elite stuff, Joe, like, come on now.
You're insane, Monty. You're insane, Monty. That guy.
You're looking at potential. Him being a mammoth of a.
I am not looking at potential, Monty. This was literally said by analysts. Baldy literally came out multiple times and talked about Highway 77 and how he is an elite
tackle. So that's what we're doing. We're
and
just
how
going
the
by
New
what
York
analysts
Jets
say
running
now.
game changes when they run behind Highway 77. He's unbelievable.
Okay.
So
let me just take the word. So I guess everything Stephen A. Smith says is gospel then, huh? And Skip Bayless, I guess that's gospel.
Listen, you're insane, Monty. Let's move forward because you're completely crazy. When you look at the Jets tackle position now, I'm sure you are. You're turned up and you got to turn it off. Listen, when you look at the Jets tackle position right now, what are you doing? Are you, now that Becton's down, are you going with Dwayne Brown? Are you moving Fant to right tackle? Are you going with Max Mitchell? How are you handling the New York Jets tackle position if you're the general manager?
We totally mismanaged the offseason. We knew that the tackle position was going to be thin. I think that's one of the positions that we're the lightest at. And we totally mismanaged that. We didn't address it in the draft. We know Becton already had injury problems. We had Morgan Moses sitting right there. We could have re-signed him. I think that was a smart signing last year by Joe Douglas because we needed that. We needed him last year after Becton got injured. I just think we didn't do enough to really. We have Dwayne Brown there. We have Dwayne Brown at our Green and White Scrimmage. and he's still not signed. And this is the one knock that I have on Joe Douglas. It's just like he just always just penny pinching, Woody Johnson's money. It's just like, man, dude, just go out there and sign him. You invite him, you fly him out, you wine and dine him, you give him that just experience, and you don't sign him. And look what happens. Now his price is gonna go up. He's gonna ask for more money. Dwayne Brown isn't a scrub. He's not. I'm pretty sure. He's gonna get phone calls. Joe Douglas can't play around. This is the year, man. This is the year we need to turn the corner. And Joe Douglas has to stop playing around, man. And sign as many linemen as possible. And have them come in and compete, because the number one priority is Zach Wilson progressing as a quarterback. He has to show that he belongs. And, I know it's his second year, but this is a critical year for him. If he doesn't show anything this year, we're gonna be looking at that draft. It's a lot of quarterbacks coming out next year. And man, I'm really upset, man. I'm really upset about everything that's going on with the Jets. I'm happy, we have a lot of talent, but it's just I hate to say it. It's looking like it's just kind of like the same old Jets, type of deal. Well, hopefully I'm wrong. Yeah. But it just looks like it's heading that way.
Well, the reason why I don't think it's necessarily heading that way, and again, I love Mekhi Becton, and it sucks to see him go down, but I think we're much more talented than we were last season, and I think we have much better coaching than we've had in the past, right? Last season we had a lot of issues because, our offensive line was bad, but our offensive line was bad last season, but there was also some other issues, right, that were bad too. We had a lot of injuries at wide receiver. We had really no tight end to really step in and have the impact that we need offensively, all this other stuff. Well, this year it is different. So the surrounding parts can help with some of the things that we're going to be missing with Mekhi Becton off the field, right? Because now you can run big sets because we have the coach in Mike LaFleur. We've seen him do it before. We've seen him be able to offensively adjust to some of the things that we have going on, some of the negative spots, and really get the best out of this football team and out of offensive playmakers that we have. Well, now we've added Garrett Wilson. A second year of Elijah Moore. Corey Davis is healthy. He's going to be back in this season. Braxton Berrios is here. You look at C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin. Those guys are two great additions. And Jeremy Rucker was just on the field today. He's gotten off his injury. He's ready to go. So
I like him. I'm ready to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, so these are some of the things that's going to help. And, again, I keep talking to people about this. The New York Jets recommitting to running the football is going to be huge. I mean, we talk about losing Becton, and that sucks. That
was going to be huge.
What? That is going to be huge. But guess what? We went out and got that guards this offseason, right? That is phenomenal. I mean, completely phenomenal. So that upgrades us. We're not going into this year with Greg Van Roten and, a guy that doesn't get it and can't block. When you got Lakeland Tomlinson out there now, I'm saying, Elijah Vera-Tucker on the right side, again, George Fant on that left side. The issue, again, we're worried about the right side, but the surrounding parts are so much better that we can sustain this. It's going to take an innovative offensive play calling, but we're going to be able to sustain it. That's why I'm down in the dumps because I love Mekhi, but I'm not, at the bottom of the pit. I think we're going to be okay. Now, the big thing as well is Zach Wilson. Go ahead.
So do you believe in the coaching staff? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing too. It's like when I look at Robert Saleh, he has to show me. I don't want to go back into this into a situation where what's up?
Here's the thing, Monty, and I hear what you're saying. You don't want to go into a situation like, with Bowles or you have questions about him. This is the first year that I think we've had the pieces to effectively run Saleh's scheme. We had no pass rusher last season. And I tell people this every time. It's, to me, like football is really, it could be very simple. It can be very complicated, but honestly, most of the time it's very simple. If you look at us, we're supposed to look exactly like the 49ers. That's literally how we're supposed to look. And if you look, that's how we're being built. Okay, that's why Elijah Moore was drafted. He plays that Deebo Samuel role. We got a big target, right? We're in a very quarterback-friendly scheme. The San Francisco 49ers run the football heavy. If you look at how we're being built, we got 2 running backs, Michael Carter, Breece Hall taken in the second. The offensive line has been revamped. We had big tight ends.
But you got LaFleur running the show, though.
Yeah, but LaFleur
Shanahan is one of the most greatest minds in the game.
Hold on a second, though, Monty. But again, LaFleur showed you last season that he is capable. And again, if you look at Robert Saleh, you saying you have questions about him and the defense and stuff. Guess what? This is the first year we've even had the pieces to effectively run the defense. We had no one to provide pressure last season. That defensive scheme is all about pressure. You look at the San Francisco 49ers, they got Warner, they got Bosa, they got other guys as well. What do? They provide pressure. You don't need top corners in that. That was one of the reasons why people were so excited about him bringing that scheme here, because it's like, okay, the secondary needs to be decent, but they don't have to be Jalen Ramsey. You don't need a bunch of Ramseys out there.
I'm not a huge fan of that scheme. I'm not a huge fan of that scheme, though. Saleh just really doesn't.
I don't see how.
He kind of has like a bend but don't break type of defense. And if you look at San Francisco, man, San Francisco had a lot of talent, man. They had elite talent.
Yeah, they have, and that's what you need in this league to compete. If you don't have talent, listen, if you can't rush the passer effectively in today's game, you're dead. The New York Jets haven't had a pass rusher in like 30 damn years. I talk about it every year. Do you know how easy it is to talk about the Jets defense every draft? Let's get a pass rusher. I could literally do a month full of shows on the fact that the Jets haven't had a pass rusher in years. Months. Every
John Abraham, my friend.
I'm saying.
John Abraham has been.
John Abraham, Sean Ellis, that's the last time we had some guys that could get some pressure on the quarterback. That has changed this season. What did we do? We went and got Jermaine Johnson. We went Carl Lawson coming back. He looks phenomenal. Sheldon Rankin, Quentin Williams, we're hoping to look better in the second year. We also went and got Jacob Martin as well. We talk about Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, there's a fire under his butt because this might be it. You know what I'm saying? This might be it. Michael Clemens got guys that we can do something with now. Last season we didn't have much of that. We didn't have that.
So that's the difference between me and
with John
you,
Franklin Myers. John Franklin Myers being put in the right spot now.
Yeah, that's the difference between me and you, and that's why we always kind of get into it. Like, I know as Jets fans, we look at these guys and we think that oh my God, these guys are very, very talented guys. But I look at it at in totality, and I look at other players in the league, and I look at other teams and the players on those teams, and I look at a guy like Bryce Huff, Bryce Huff, these guys are good, they're good for our team, but it's just they still haven't proven themselves in the league, and I'm still waiting for Quentin Williams. I'm still waiting to see what Carl Lawson is going to do. I'm still waiting for these guys to prove that, we're elite talent in this league. There's only one guy that I've seen, that I know for a fact, who's going to be the guy, and it's Sauce Gardner. Like I know for a fact, I'm willing when they put my house on the day, he's going to be like a player in this league. But that's my only thing. It's just like, man, we have talent, man, and I feel like we have good talent, but I've yet to see these guys just put it all together and make themselves, really good players in this league and respect here's the league wide,
Yeah, here's the thing, Monty. I think this is the year because, again, we're finally built up. We're finally built correctly. In the past, we haven't been. It took Joe Douglas some time. It is what it is. But listen, Monty, I want to thank you calling in. I got to slide off, my man. All right, it was great to speak to you. Next time I have a show, call in, all right, my friend? All right,
yes,
you
sir.
have a good one.
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen, I got love for Monty. We go back and forth often, okay? That's probably the only time when you'll see me yell a little bit because me and Monty got it. We have it out. That's all I can say. And that me and Monty are super cool. He looks at football a different way. He looks at the Jets a different way, and I look at it my way. But I respect his takes, but we're going to go back and forth, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in, all right? We got fired up. You know what I mean? Please give the stream a thumbs up. Also share the stream as well with your friends and your family, all right, along your social media. Anything you get to the platform is greatly appreciated via Super Chat or in the Cash App, all right? I want to thank everybody again, True Senate, everybody, for giving tonight. Next, We're going to go to my guy A, man. A646, we're coming directly to you. Salute to you, A. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, we're coming off of a fiery call, all right? Mekhi Becton's gone down. How are you feeling about this situation, man?
Man, I was feeling bad, but Margie got me pissed off, man. He don't know what he's talking about, man. He gotta get off that. He gotta get off that brown liquor. He has no idea what he's talking about. I feel so hurt for my boy Mekhi, man. This to me was going to be his year, man. He was elite coming out of college. When you're 364 pounds and you run a 5'1", a 5'1" 40, you know what that is? We haven't had a dominant tackle like that ever. Brigashaw was a tactician. This man planted linebackers into the fourth row of MetLife Stadium. Like, we were supposed to get 10 years of that. I feel like we got robbed of that. I really do. When you look at that clip before he even went to team drills on his one-on-one, he was limping. A trainer went up to him, talked to him, and then they let him go on team drills. I mean, who does that, man? I feel like, damn, man, every time we take one step forward, we take like 3 steps back. That was our elite franchise tackle. And now we've lost them. And then I hate all these revisionist GMs now. Oh, I told you we should have got worse. We should have got CeeDee Lamb. Oh, we should have got Iquanu. Shut up. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Listen, I hear you, A. Yeah, I hear you, A. Now, we're looking at this situation.
I'm just full of rage, man. I'm mad at the Jets. I'm mad at these revisionist GMs. I'm just mad all over, man. I'm on a Tyler punching rampage over here. Between these people talking smack about my man Becton and the Jets not seeing that the man was hurt. Don't put him in team drills. You should have wrapped him in bubble wrap and called it a day.
Yeah. Listen, and this is the place for you to, speak your mind, respectfully, just don't curse, and you can say what you got to say. But as we continue on, right, you look at the situation now with the Jets, there's a hole there at
God,
with Becton being down. And I know you talk about all this stuff. Do you think that this is like the final year here for Becton? We've had people call in earlier saying, the New York Jets are more than likely going to move on from him after this season. Could you see that happening?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility now. Thank you. I need some mental health therapy. Thank you for being my shoulder to cry on, because this is killing me. This is killing me. This is supposed to be it. This is supposed to be the dominant, solidified line. And we didn't have much depth to go with. This was my fear that if one or two guys got hurt in the offensive line, especially at the tackle position, I knew we were shot. But, I mean, that could be a real thing now that we lose Becton, because, I mean, as much as I love him, I'm like, can we count on him now? And it's not because he's big, because, I mean, you've seen Trent Brown have a great career. You've seen Orlando Brown Jr. have great careers. These guys are pushing 340 pounds. Daniel Falele out of Minnesota, 384 pounds, just got drafted. So it's not about big. It's just sometimes some people just, their body composition, it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out. And he didn't have this problem in college, so it wasn't like Joe Douglas could see this coming. It wasn't like he had a history of injuries. So, I mean, he's still on contract. You could probably get him for pennies on the dollar if he has to renegotiate his contract. So I think you still keep him in the wings, but you got to have an insurance plan. And, I don't know what that insurance plan is now. I think you probably need a veteran guy. Someone who's already went through it. I like Max Mitchell, but he's still a prospect. Like, he's still not as strong in the upper body and the lower body to go against some of the demons that we're going to be going. I mean, but we had that guy. I mean, I've seen Becton plant Joey Bosa. You know what I'm saying? Just totally shut him down. Take linebackers, grown 260-pound men, and move them from the A-gap, from the A-gap of the backside to the A-gap of the play side, and they cut back lanes for everyone. I mean, this was our dude. This was it. And the Jets really screwed this up because they didn't just monitor him for 2 seconds. It happened just that fast. So where do we go from there? I'm not sure, man. I mean, I like Dwayne Brown. I like the fact, but the only thing is he wants to play left tackle. And I feel like if you put Fant at the right tackle, now we're exposed. But we got to do something. Zach Wilson was sacked 8 times today in practice. 8 times. 8 times in practice. So, like, we have a huge hole, Do we go with Tevin Jenkins for right now? But supposedly he's a head case. But, I mean, he had the size. He played right tackle. He was an elite prospect. Will a change of pace help him? But if he's a head case, I don't want him either. So now I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't know. Joe Douglas is over a barrel.
Yeah, that is the big question, and I've had people go back and forth with me about Tevin Jenkins, and the first thing I said was, listen, there's so many fans that were already all over Mekhi Becton for, according to reports, being overweight and all this other stuff, and the injuries, right? Which he can't help a grown man getting thrown into the back of him. Well, you got Tevin Jenkins that is dealing with way more stuff than that. They're talking about maturity issues. They talk about weight issues with him, that he's out of shape. They talk about the injuries, and they also talk about his play not being where it's supposed to be. They just drafted that guy, right?
Exactly.
They drafted him the same year we drafted Elijah Moore, and he, according to rumors and reports, he is already on the market. That means something is wrong.
Something's wrong.
Absolutely.
Wrong. That's a huge red flag.
It's really wrong. You know what I mean?
That's a huge red flag.
I don't know, man. Yeah, the only, again, there's a guy out there, Andre Dillard, that people are talking about. He's a guy that could take some snaps at right tackle, I could see. And, again, Joe Douglas has that Eagle connection. Maybe we bring in Andre Dillard to, suffice for the issues that we have at right tackle. I mean, what are your thoughts about that, maybe making a trade or making a move for him?
I mean, at this point, you got to do something. I mean, Andre Dillard, to me, he was a little weak against bull rushes, And but coming out of Stanford, his feet were really good, very good finesse player. God damn, man, Becton kills people like that, man. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So it's like we got a roll. Andre Dillard is on the market for a reason too, because he just doesn't have the low body strength that a guy like a Becton would have. I mean, damn the Jets, man. You ever seen that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where they said, "Damn, they killed Carl"? Did you watch that? Did you see that episode?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is how I felt like. I felt like I'm Carl. The Jets just killed me. You just killed Carl. Why would y'all do this? There's two people who had to be protected and wrapped in bubble wrap. It was Zack Wilson and Mekhi Becton. Those are the two, and they messed that up. How do you do that? But I guess if I had to choose between a head case and a guy with weak lower body strength, I'm going to go with that, because at least you can maybe put a tight end to help him to chip or back his way in protection. But so, I mean, if I had to pick my poison at this point, not knowing about them, I'd have to sit down with Jenkins. I think Jenkins might be a little bit more physically stronger than Andre Dillard. And to me, on the O-line, it's about strength. When if it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, are you going to get me that 1 yard? And from what I've seen, Tevin Jenkins come out of Oklahoma as opposed to Dillard seems to be more finesse, while Jenkins is more power. But if he's a head case, we can't do that. We can't do it. You can work around someone who wants to put in effort. He just doesn't have the strength. You can put him in a strength program. He's still young. You can still grow up on Dillard. I think he'd be a good insurance plan, especially if we lose Becton going forward. I'm hoping he can come back. I'm praying that he comes back. But that he's damaged goods right now. I mean, not even just physically, just mentally, to come back from that twice. He's saying all the right things on Instagram, and I'm pulling for that young man. My heart breaks for this young man because he came back in phenomenal shape. I don't know what this guy thought about. Oh, he came out of shape. Man, this guy has veins in his arms. At 364 pounds, abs. What 364 pound man got abs? Like, these people are crazy. I don't know what they expect. They don't treat these athletes like human beings, man. Like, what more do you want from this man? But if I had to pick
the thing A is that, and again, you're talking about the tackle, and you're speaking your mind. I'm just sitting back. But again, we talk about going after these veteran guys, the free agents. Guess what? The price is going up. It's going up because they know
that's what happened.
You are in need.
Right.
Like you said, Dwayne Brown.
He's over a barrel.
We're not just talking about the guys on the outside. What about the guys on the inside? This is Spence last year of his contract. You don't think that he's looking around going, okay, if I end up staying in the left tackle, or even if you move me to right tackle, if I play well, guess what? My price is going up too, because I know you don't have any other options. I mean, you got Mekhi Becton coming back off of being out for 2 years with a knee injury, right? Another chip fracture on the right knee. Hey, guess what? I'm going to charge a couple million more as well. So you could look at the New York Jets really in need of tackle this upcoming season or this upcoming offseason, really looking to address the tackle position. All around. If we move on from Becton, like a lot of Jets fans are talking about, that's a hole. Then you got to look at George Fant. If he ends up walking away, because again, if he plays left tackle solidly this year, there are going to be teams that are going to be vying for his services, and he will get paid. Yeah. If you can show that you're a solid left tackle in this league, you know that. he's going to get paid.
Absolutely.
So then we can end up with no tackles.
They're hard to find. Yeah, absolutely.
It's wild.
I think right now you gotta. I would weigh it out for Fant a little bit, right? So hopefully the mean he comes back to the average or mean or whatever. He plays well, but not well enough, and then you gotta sign him no matter what. Because you're right. If he plays decent, it's gonna go way up. So you gotta get him. You gotta buy low because you don't want to sell. We're not trying to sell him high. You gotta buy him low now while you can. I mean, they should have probably took care of that a while ago. Yup. And Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown, I might have to back off of him. Yeah, you got to buy low. I might have to back off of him and go with Andre Dillard and chip him with running backs and send protection to his side with tight ends or chip with the running back or tight end. And then we might have to go from there. If Kevin Jenkins is good, I don't know. You got to interview this kid. I feel like he has the body, he has the strength. He was aggressive, but if it's true, he's immature and all that stuff. Because people say some stuff. They said the same thing about Becton. He's immature. And Chicago is a pretty tough market over there too. They had Matt Nagy over there. He didn't rub people the right way over there, Matt Nagy. So maybe it was a Matt Nagy situation. We don't know. So I would investigate Jenkins. If Jenkins is a head case and that's confirmed, you go with Dillard, and then you got to send help for that kid's side. But we cannot go into war right now with Edoga and Max Mitchell. We did it today. And Zack got sacked 8 times. Zach, 8 times in practice. We talking practice. I'm talking about Allen Iverson. We're talking about practice. Okay?
And again, you're talking about you're talking about buying low, like I said earlier. Buying low is out the door because we're already in this situation. There is nobody. He knows, hey, this guy's hurt. He's going to be done for the year. I can have my way.
Right.
Buying low, that's out the window now. The second that Becton, Chip got that chip fracture, the price went up. So we'll see what happens going there. Like you said as well, looking at this situation, it's tough, man. It's tough because even if you're waiting for Connor McDermott to come back, Connor McDermott hasn't looked good all camp. I mean, it's insane.
Like I said, I trade him for a bag of footballs. Connor McDermott, Lord of mercy. We're relying on Connor McDermott.
Yeah, before I get out of here, because we got to spot off in a second. Really quickly, give me two position battles that you're going to be looking at in this upcoming preseason game against the Eagles. Really quickly.
Well, now tackle, and I guess, Jesus Christ, I don't believe I'm saying this, tackle, and I guess safety. I'm curious to see who's going to pull up for this free safety. Whitehead has a strong safety on Smash. I want to see who's going to be able to be that ball hawk. And then he's saying Willie Parks is having a good camp. They said Joyner, he's a Wally veteran. And, Ashton Davis, I don't know. He's on the back of a milk cart. No one's heard from him since, I don't know, 1977. They put him on the back of a milk cart. I don't know where he went. So, he might be the last nail in the coffin for this 2020 draft class if Ashton Davis can't show anything. So I'd like to see what happens with the free safety because, I felt like we had everything solidified. Except, with Quan Alexander coming on. But, now that we have this hole in the right tackle, we got to see if someone will come save us. Dillard, Jenkins, I don't know. Maybe Jesus will come out on high from the mountaintops and save us and play right tackle for us. I don't know. But we need someone at right tackle now, and then we'll see the safety. So if I had to say it, right tackle and safety because we upgraded every other position except for these two now. So,
yeah. Well, listen, hey,
I'm so distraught. Man.
I get it. I need you to call in on the next show. I love hearing from you. You have yourself a good one, all right, hey?
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Have a good one.
All right. Absolutely. Listen, A calling in, man. He called in. Listen, people are upset. I'm here to listen. I'm here to talk. I'm a Jets fan. I love this team. Listen. So we're going to start to close the show out, man. Oh, this has been a phenomenal show, full of fire, so much going on. Salute to my guy Dave in the chat. Dave says, did you hear that Roquan wants out of Chicago, Roquan Smith? Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it. I know I think he's a middle linebacker. We'll see how things play out there. I don't know if JD will make a move right now for a middle linebacker, but he's a guy you could add. He's all right. He's pretty solid. But we'll see what happens, going on out there. But right now, right tackle is on my mind. We've got to figure that out, and we've got to make a move to shore it up, especially, again, this game is right around the corner, man. The season is it's coming soon, all right? And this offensive line has got to gel, or we're going to have a lot of issues going forward. So I'm going to go ahead and close the show out now. salute to all the savages in the chat, everybody going off. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search the Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. All right? I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ000. Again, YoungJ000. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I'm the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. All right? Vera Tucker, the best young guards in the league. Saw him dominate people last year. He was on the left side then. Now he's on the right side. He's going to roll people all over the place. All right? We got to figure out that right side, though. That right tackle spot is it's tough. We got to see what's going on. Again, I want to see Mekhi Becton. Wish him a speedy recovery. We'll see what happens going on in the future. But it's tough. It sucks. But I tell you what, Elijah Vera Tucker, good to go. The show's page as well as at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe as well on Twitter. Follow me. Follow you right back. Let's go back and forth about this football team. You can also check me out on YouTube as well. Go to YouTube, click that search bar, put in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets, all right? Please subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to troll me, no issues. I am the troll, that will troll you right back. So go ahead and get in those comments, and we can troll each other and go back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, all right, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing, okay? No matter what anyone says, the hugs will always remain free, okay? I want to thank you folks for listening. Without you people, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to call in and talk to me about these Jets. That's what we do, and that's what I love. So I want to thank you folks again for spending time. You folks have a good one. Peace.